Hello and welcome to Planting of the Geeks. You're joining us this week where we're doing an unboxing of the Stormcast Eternal Paladins. There we go.
Ooh.
And that's the ones with hammers. And the star maces there as well. So that's the box art on the front, the box art on the other side is of the decimators and of the protectors. There we go.
And the retributors.
Yeah, retributors there again. So hammers, glaives or axes. So I don't think there's any, you couldn't go wrong with any option as far as the rules are concerned. They all do different things. You know, you've got anti-character, anti-horde, anti-monster. So whichever one you pick is going to be useful in the army. But we're going to go for axes because it looks cool.
I was going to say I like the axes.
Yeah, I like the axes as well. They all look cool. I like them all. But I think for a bit of a difference, and rather than having hammers, because we've got 3 of them in the box set anyway, not going to do them. So it's between these two, and I think the axes win for me.
Yeah. I do like those. I think
They're cool.
They are cool and something a bit different, but yeah, axes.
Maybe in the future I might get some protectors. We'll see. So, let's get this open. Should take that off. There we go. Right. So we have the same set of transfers that we've had so far, which are just fine, really. They're not earth-shatteringly brilliant, but they do the job. It's quite a simple transfer motif that these guys have. So we have, as I thought, we've got axe heads, we've got the hammer heads separate, and the glaives are a separate contraption because they've got bits at either end. So the shaft for them and them will be the same by the looks of it. We've got the cool, like, oversized paladin type bodies because they're even bigger than the normal Stormcast.
Are they?
Well, if you look at them, they're actually taller than their brethren.
Oh right, I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah. So they got different heads as well per thing. Those are the retributors' heads. I think those are the decimator heads.
Oh right, we've got some more heads on here.
There's one that looks, I think the protector one looks even more like the Cybermen.
There you go. Is it them?
Yeah, there we go. Those are the perfect type Cybermen heads on this one. There we are. Look on the camera. But on this sprue we've got the actual weapon parts, arm parts, the bodies. There we go. And the last sprue we have the backpacks, which look just like the Retribute ones from the main box. And we have the shoulder pads as well, which again mirror what we've already seen. Cool. So, we have the instructions here. Retributors decimators are 127, retributors are 127, and protectors are 16 and all over the place. So there we go, this is the first bit. So as usual we'll stick these together and we shall let you know if there's any problems as we're going through. So we're going to start, and we're going to start with the Decimator Prime. So the only difference between the models is the axe head or the hammer head. There's no actual other difference by the looks of it. So that's straightforward enough. So we need parts 1, 2, 3 to make the body. Sorry, the legs, not the body. And then we've got the body down here, which is 12 and 13, which just again is like Space Marines. You've got a back and a front. And we've got the shoulder pads, which is 20 times 5 and 21 times 5. And then we have this special one, which is probably for the leader, maybe, or was that a special one? No, it's not actually.
No, I think
I'm reading that wrong.
Yeah.
Tool.
It's the same with that one. I think there's 2 legs.
Yeah, there's 2 legs. There's 2 or 3, depending on which one you want. And then this one is actually just showing you can put these little symbols on to make that. So there are different symbols on this. It's pretty cool, actually.
It's like a little seal kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, because all the original Retributors are like that, number 23, I think.
Right.
Which is like a little half moon. So you got different versions you can use now.
Cool.
Looks like they're all different though. You can't have like a standard one by the looks of it. Cool, we'll get to that. So we'll have a look through them, pick one that we like for the Prime. But I'll get to this stage and let you know if there's any problems. Okay, so here's the legs. That's number 3, was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, the lion knee pad. So I think that's for the prime, because the other one is just a plain one, in case you don't want to make a prime, unless you want some normal guys. Like a bigger squad. That's the body. No, just like the other bodies so far. It's got 2 little lining bolts on, so it's a bit different, it's a bit less plain. And then here's the shoulder pad, and that's one I picked, one that looks like a little comet. So in the box you seem to get a ton of shoulder pads. You've got the ones with the hammers on like that, which are the ones I'm going to use, but you also get plain ones as well, so you can have a plain shoulder. And then you also get a couple that got hammers for the opposite side, so you can have a hammer on both sides. But I'm going to use it. I'm going to put the hammers on this side, and then leave the other sides blank. Apart from the prime, I'm going to put the lion one on, which you'll see in a minute. But it does give you a few little options in there we haven't had so far. So next, we're going to stick the body onto the legs, and then we're going to use parts 48 and 80 for the arm, and then we're making the axe, so it's number 50 for the top of the weapon. And on the other side we have this cool sort of arm, which is kind of looks like a rosary if anything. Not.
Yeah, it does actually.
It looks a lot like a rosary that you'd hold in some sort of religious
yeah,
icon.
it's like
pretty cool.
Sisters of Battle.
Yeah, it's very cool actually. So that's 46 and 47. And then we have this is the Retributor Prime head, and that's the Decimator Prime head, so they are very different. So we want 45 for that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these all together, and I shall be back with you when that's done. Okay, so there's the axe on, the Judge axe. These little sort of rosary type thing he's got there, that's pretty cool. And the head of the Decimator Prime. So next, this is for the Protector Prime, so we're moving over here, is to put the shoulder pads on. So the previous one I've shown you, where I've stuck them together like that needs to go on. And we have part 81, which is the lion head shoulder pad, which all the other primes have got. And finishing off with the backpack, which is number 19, which is there. That goes on just with those 2 little prongs there. So I'm going to put them together, and I'll be back when he's finished. Okay, so here he is. So he is finished. It's pretty cool actually. I like the model. A lot of aggression in that pose. He's about to lob some of his head off, obviously. I would advise you put the head on last, by the way. After you put the shoulders on, I just fold it through in the guide here, obviously, but I would advise that you put the shoulders on before the head. It was just a bit fiddly to get the lion shoulder pad in it. There's no need for it really. There we go. Cool. So there he is. Also on these backpacks, there is some pretty. I'm going to have to tie it up even more actually. But there are some pretty bad connections to the sprue, and they're in a really inconvenient place. You definitely need a modelling knife to take that off. So just be careful when you're doing that. Other than that, he is done. So moving on. So here we just have the backpacks, and then we have the shoulder pads and the other little icons as well. So they just have a little bit there which fits underneath the shoulder pad into that little section there. You can see it, that little cutout bit. That's all they do basically, you just glue them into place. So we can do that, and then we're going to be moving on to the actual legs. So again, these are the bodies here, which are 13 and 12, and then we have the legs, which is 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 9, and 10 and 11. So all numbered. But we'll stick all them together, and we're up to this point, and then we'll move on. Okay, so we've got the legs done. There they are. Straightforward enough, not much problems there. Bodies as well, they've all been put together. So we're now up to the Star Soul mace, which is this bit, and that consists of part 68, part 62, 66, 65 all together there, and then that goes onto one of these bodies. We'll pick that one. I think that's the one in the picture anyway. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then we are going to need to stick them together. So, alright, so there's two versions you can make. Use two sets of arms. Cool. So you could optionally have 67, 51, and then 55, 54. So is there actually two lots of maces in there? So there must be.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's the ones I've just cut out here.
Yeah.
66 and 65.
I didn't even realise that till now.
I think you can have him either left-handed or right-handed.
Yeah, so there's actually two star maces then in this pack, which is interesting. Just check the rules on the back. So it does say on the back 2 in every 5 models can be armed with a Star Soul mace instead. I'm just going to check that with the other sources, because I was sure when I read that it said 1. So I'm just going to check that in White Dwarf. I'm going to check it on my phone as well, and then I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, continuing on that, White Dwarf, my phone with the Age of Sigmar app on it and the actual Games Workshop website will say 1 in 5 or 1 in 3 for the Retributors can have a Star Soul mace. This is the only source that seems to say there's 2 can have it. That's probably a misprint in here, but on the other hand, why is Games Workshop giving you 2 mace heads? It doesn't make sense. If they just wanted to have a different side, they'd probably just giving you the arms and then let you put the same mace head on. So I don't know whether something's going to get retconned in the future and amended to actually have 2. But as most of the sources I've seen say 1 in 5, I'm going to build 1. I'm going to keep all the other mace head in case they change that, and I'll sort that out later if they do that. But for now we're just going to build 1 mace. I'm going to build this one here because we've already cut the parts off for it. And yeah, so just a case of sticking the body on, sticking the mace and the arms on, sticking the backpack on, and we should get to this stage here. So we're back with you when I've done that. Okay, so there is the Judge mace on that. That is massive. That's really cool. Quite like that. So next is just putting the shoulder pads on, which is either blanks 82 or the 2 versions of hammers, which is 83 and 84, and then the shoulder pad from the other side, which we did earlier, and then finally a head. So the decimator heads in this case are 41, 42, 43 and 44, and there's 2 each of those 2, and there we go. So that'll put this guy together. We've also got protector heads, which are 36 and 37 times 2, 38 and 39, which are the Cybermen heads. And we have the Retributor heads, 31 and 32 times 2, 33 and 34. So there'll all be spares on this sprue. But I'll put this guy together, and then we're on to the other Retributors. Okay, so there we go. Now he's finished. Pretty cool. And then moving on to the other guys. So with the estimators, we've got these axe heads, and we've got part 67 and 56 for the arms, part 58 for the axe head, then 68 and 59 for the arms, part 61 for the axe head, and then we've got, that'll make these 2. Should be the 3rd one, probably a 4th as well. So then we've got 67 and 51 with 53 for the axe head, and then we've got 68 and 62 with 64 for the axe head, obviously if you don't use a star mace. Cool. So that'll make all the arms and axes for them all. And then it's just a case of finishing off the decimators heads and the backpacks, and that should bring us here. So unless there's any problems, I will see you at the end. Okay, so there we are, finished. Fairly straightforward to put together. There's a few bad bits that need cleaning up off the sprues, especially on the axe heads. I've done a little bit of that. I'm going to have to do a bit more just to file them down. And the mace head as well. All the attachments are on possibly the worst possible places to put them. The backpacks are the same on the sides, at the back. They're pretty messy. You can't see them as badly though, but they'll need some cleaning up too. Other than that, they're very nice models. Obviously the rules thing, do they have 2 maces or 1? I said before, all the other sources apart from the one in this box say 1 in 5. This box says 2, so if it becomes 2 I might have to amputate one of the axe heads and put a mace head on at a later time, or just get another box set and make 3 maces in that one. But it seems a bit strange that they give you 2 mace heads rather than if they just want to give you like the option of having it that way or the other way. They're just giving you 2 sets of arms. It seems a bit strange. I think somewhere along the line there was meant to be 5, maybe 3 in a unit, because there's 3 in the original Retributors unit in the box set, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there's 3 on that War Scroll. Yeah, the other 2 War Scrolls have got 5s on, and then the box set's got 2 maces in, but they only let you have 1. I just think it's a bit strange. I don't think they've tested them before they've actually had them made, and then later on they might have thought maybe 2 maces is a bit OP because that's 2d3 mortal wounds. That's a lot of mortal wounds coming through from a unit, so they might have thought it was a bit OP and changed it to 1, which is fair enough. I'm quite happy with that. I thought it was 1 anyway. It's just that it's a bit strange. It says 2 in the box and gives you 2 mace heads. But I don't know. But if anyone does know, please put in the comments, because it's a bit of a quandary that. And at the moment, I've just checked the Games Workshop website again. There's nothing on there to say anything about them being wrong, and it still says 1 in 5 on the PDF and on the phone on the actual app. And the app is very good. So if you haven't downloaded the app, I would recommend that. It's really useful. The only things you can't download from the app are the formations that come in the actual book. Everything else is downloadable and it's free. So Age of Sigmar up. It looks a bit like that. There it is there, with a little hammer on. And when you go in, it gives you these formations here. You see there were 3 there at the top which are locked. You have to buy the digital version of the book for that. But everything else in there is downloadable. So if you haven't had a look at it yet, you get the 2 things. You get a little cloud downloadable device, and then you get a little sort of battle icon. So when you want to download something, you just press the little download button. So say for instance, don't know why I'd want him. Oh, close phone.
My phone's just gone, has it?
Alright.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
There we go. Brilliant. So say for instance you want to download something. Download this shaman. There he is. He's a shaman, isn't he? That'll download. It's pretty quick to download.
He says.
There it goes. And if you press the little yellow button, see the little book icon appears, which means you downloaded it. Press the little yellow button, and then at the top it goes My Battle. So if you click on that, it gives you a list of the ones you've actually put in there. So if you only want a few, you can put them into the My Battle thing, and then you can use them for the battle that you're in and not have to keep scrolling through everything. And when you go into that, got the Great Bray Shaman. That's what it looks like. It's a bit different from the actual War Scroll. And then you got the information and everything on there. And that's it. So it's really handy to have. You've got 2 people with this. It makes it a lot easier to look through the rules. And obviously, if Claire can find the decimators in the meantime, I'll show you that in a second. But what did you think of the models anyway?
I like the models actually. I think they're really cool. Yeah, I really do like them. I'm just trying to download these. This decimators for you, sorry. Where are they? There they are.
There you go. So again, there's the app. There it is. And it says 5 or more models that are armed with thunder axes. 1 in every 5 may be armed with the Star Soul Mace, basically. There we go. So it says 1. White Dwarf says 1. The PDF says 1. I'm going to say it's 1, even though they give you 2, and obviously the box instructions say 2 as well. But we'll see. They might change that in the future. It might have just been an error on all the PDFs. Cool. But I think that's a really cool unit, and I think the fact that the box set is you can make 3 different versions that do 3 different things I like it.
It's a nice kit. Like you say, there's just a few bits where the sprue is attached in really awkward positions, and it's quite thick as well.
If you're used to modelling, it won't be a problem at all.
No,
if you're new to modelling, it's going to be a bit of a pain.
Yeah. But as the models go, I'm well impressed.
Yeah, I am. I could see myself getting some more of these and doing them in the different versions in the future. Yeah, I do really like them. So, thanks for watching this video, but there's another video going up today which is of the Dragon Fate Dais, which is the first piece of Age of Sigmar scenery that I've got my hands on, and I want to see what it looks like. I haven't opened the box yet, so we'll see, you'll see that in the next video that goes up today, unless you're watching these in a different version order, so maybe you've already seen that. And just to tell you other things that we've been doing in other things, we've basically been painting a lot, and I've been rebasing things. So just off here, got the these bases came out last week, so I bought a lot of bases. I've been rebasing my Savage Orcs because I hadn't finished painting them all. You may have seen them in an earlier video that I did a showcase of Savage Orcs and the Forest Goblins. And in that video, obviously you saw the Warhammer Armory as it was, and I don't know if I mentioned at the time, I had like 4 box sets of Savage Orcs I hadn't put together. They are now put together and in the process of being painted to make the actual battalion. Is it formation?
Oh, the formation.
The formation that's in with the Age of Sigmar app. So when I finished doing that, I'll do a quick showcase video and you can see them all rebased. But the other things I've been rebasing, I've also been rebasing my Blight Kings. They're now on round bases. There we go. Took a bit of faffing and a bit of cutting, but we basically have the square base trimmed down and then stuck on top of that with a lot of green stuff around the edges. I quite like round bases. They have grown on me a lot. I think they look better on round bases personally. That's my personal opinion. People might disagree and say, no, the square bases were much better. That's completely personal opinion. That's the only reason I've rebased them. I won't be rebasing my Skaven or Dwarves at this point because I've nearly painted most of them and they're pretty fresh. The only reason I'm doing my Orcs is because I did them a long time ago and I was never happy with the colour of the bases anyway. So this is a chance to redo them. And then I did the Blight Kings because these are the only Nurgle models I've got in that are actually warriors. The rest I've got demons and stuff. So apart from the general that I showed you last week. So that's what I've been doing. Claire's been painting.
I've still been painting the Age of Sigmar box set that we got.
The Chaos stuff.
The Chaos stuff. This is my
preview
of I can't remember his name, but Whip guy.
Whiplash,
Blood, Stormclaw, Storm,
Death.
whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So he's nearly finished. I've just got the base to do. I finished the Korgorath. Is it Korgorath?
Korgorath, yeah.
He's over there. Finished him.
So you're getting a showcase once you're done. You've still got the
I've got the
Reavers.
The little Reavers to do. The little warband.
Blood
bog standard.
Blood Reavers of Bloodiness.
Cultists. Yeah. But I should be like flying through them. So that's the last lot that I've got to do, and then I'll do a showcase of the box set.
And next week you're getting some reinforcements. You're getting some more
hopefully
Bloodbound Reaver thingamajigs.
Hopefully, I'll see the pictures.
So you'll be getting them. So that'll be next week's unboxing. If we can get hold of any more of the scenery in between, we might see. But it just depends where I can get hold of.
Yeah, you want the gates, don't you?
The bale gates. I want it all, basically. It all looks cool, but it depends on what we can get hold of.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps out loads, and we know that you love us, and want to see some more. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So take care, guys.
Thanks very much.
So check out the other video today, and we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Bye for now.